You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole, and we are continuing our Making the Album Endless Forms Most Beautiful by Nightwish. We are reacting to episodes 5 and 6 today, and our good friend from the Nightwish Army, Chris O, has linked us where Yuka actually leaves the band and makes an announcement, because between episode 5 and 6, Yuka leaves and Kai comes in. So let's check this out. Episode 5, y'all. More campers.
The Finnish forest welcomed 2 new denizens as the missing band members arrived at the camp. It was July, the hottest time of the summer.
As I said before, it seems it is appropriate that we should do this here, but when it's hard to describe what it's like, the peace, the stillness, the geology, the biology of the place. You know, the strange insect on your hand. I've never seen anything like that. And the place is just teeming with it. It's swirling with life. You know, there's ants all over the place, and there's the glorious lake there. That's we've been having some fun on that lake, and it's wondrous place, wondrous.
Well, I am very sensitive for environment. Don't put me in the middle of a city in a maybe super shiny, fantastic studio, and keep me inspired for weeks. And a place like this does. I love nature and I love calming. And you know, we can work for hours and then you can relax and truly relax. Mm-hmm. And that, I think, is super important to keep the vibe going from this point off where we're rehearsing until we go into recordings. Of course, the recording moment gives you that feeling like, okay, what I'm doing now this will be it, you know? You're going to be listening to this for the rest of your life, and so is the rest of the world. So if you start thinking like that, it's like, huge pressure. But if the vibe is relaxed and you start to grow confident throughout the rehearsal period and then record in the same environment, I think that is super smart, and there's no fancy studio in the world that can match that.
Recording an album in a forest lodge has many benefits, but it's not without its problems as well.
No siinä on tietysti se, ettei tarvitse lähteä merta edemmäs kalat. Meillä on tässä settiä, yläkerrassa settiä, jolla äänitellään ja muut tollain noin, niin sä pääset aika nopeasti käsiksi siihen, että nyt on valmis. Äänitetään pätkä, katsotaan miltä se kuulostaa, niin siinä ei kauaakaan nokka tuhisi. Siinä mielessä se on helppoa ja rentoa albumia kun tehdään, niin studiot on siinä mielessä turvallisia, että ne on hyvin eristetty, sun ei tarvitse pelätä, että ulkoa tulee joku mekkala tai muuta tuolla. No, tossa jos sulla on joku herkkä laulupaikka menossa ja sitten ukkonen sattuu jyrähtää, niin kyllähän se perkele sinne mikrofoniin huutaa.
The vocal style of the new front lady has opened new avenues in the songwriting. She has inspired the band and been inspired by them as well.
I mean, his style didn't change, of course, but there are things that he hears me singing as well, me as, for example, Troy and Marco, and you can just feel that those parts really fit. And at the same time, he is triggering me to do new things. So I'm gonna also find new, you know, sounds and borders within my sound, and let's just try this. And usually, you know, it just fits. Yeah, you can hear it in your head, as he must have heard it when he was writing it, and that, I think, is so great about him, because he can just do that just from his mind.
Materiaali kuulemma oli taas niin helvetisti, että viimeinen kuukausi on aika siihen, vaan että yritetään jollain tavalla saada kopinnosta biisien rakenteesta. Mutta hyvin siellä oli kotiläksyt tehty, että biisit oli aika hyvin hallussa ja on tässä nyt jo paljon uusia hienoja ideoita sinne tänne.
Because Tuomas, the way he writes really challenging parts, you know, especially for the pipes, because the pipes are very much part of a style and a tradition to play them. So it's always nice for me to really push the boundaries of the instrument. But it's not to saturation point. You know, there's not pipes over every song, because that would be stupid. But when the pipes appear, it should be powerful, which I think we achieved on Imaginarium, you know, with I Want My Tears Back. When they arrive, people go, wow, you know, listen to that. So we've gone for that as well, to try and have a nice balance of the instrumentation. Some parts that will probably startle some people, but nothing cheesy. No, there's going to be no dreadful, pathetic stabs at trying to, you know, jump on some bandwagon, you know, slap some, I don't know, shit rap or something on it. There's none of that nonsense. It still sticks to its absolute roots and to its point, but at the same time there are bits on it that it makes you go, whoa, you know, blimey. That's...
Blimey!
Jos vanhat hetket pitää paikkansa, niin se tulee vielä saamaan ympärilleen aika paljon rakenteita, mitä demolla ei ole vielä kuultavana, jotka vaan pyörii jossain Tuomaksen mielikuvituksessa.
It feels even better than ever. I mean, after the adventure of the Imaginarium tour, it now feels a second ago, now that we're all back together. And to embark on this new album is really, really exciting. And already after one day of playing through 3 songs, it's you know, hairs up on the arms and a real sense of anticipation of something wondrous.
It's pretty hard to learn Finnish while being in another country, which is a big part of the reason why I moved to Finland. And hopefully from this point off, things will become easier. And I already noticed that I do understand people better, kind of depending on the accent. You know, if it's a very Eastern Finnish accent, I have a harder time. So, but maybe in the end, I'll have the thickest Eastern accent of all.
That's our girl, Floor. That was episode 5. We got to see Troy come join them. Got to see Floor come join them.
Yay, the hobos were reunited.
Yeah. Before moving on to Yuka departing the band for specific reasons, for mental health issues, I just wanted to mention something that Floor said in episode 5 that stuck out to me. It's the process of making the music itself, but then knowing this is going to be permanently forever in the library of music. So like it's a big thing when you're making something for a label that you're paying money to actually get this content out. It's what you get gets to go out in front of everyone, and you can't take it back once you've sent it in. So that's a pretty scary feeling for someone who's not very good at thinking something's complete before completion. Okay, everyone, this is Yuka, forced to take a break due to health issues. Tough day for them, I bet.
Joo, olen kärsinyt unettomuudesta jo vuosien ajan ja se on ollut seurana jo aikaisemmilla kiertueilla. Ja kyseessä ei ole mikään kyseisen vaivan kevyin muoto, vaan puhutaan siis täydellisestä unettomuudesta, jonka kanssa toimeen tuleminen on aika haasteellista ja ihan normaali olosuhteessa saati sitten sen verran epäsäännöllisessä hommassa kuin kiertoilla pyöriminen. Ja me ollaan nyt oltu treenaamassa tulevaa Nightwish-levyä kuukauden päivät suurin piirtein. Ja valitettavasti kyseinen vaiva on ollut seurana myös täällä. Ja tästä johtuen on nyt joutunut tekemään henkilökohtaisen päätöksen, että astun sivun tulevalta Nightwish-levyltä ja tulevalta kiertueelta. Tämä on nyt valitettava tilanne, mutta ainoa oikea päätös tässä vaiheessa.
Tämä ratkaisu, mihin Jukka päätyi, on äärimmäisen epäitsekäs ja senkin takia hyvin kunnioitusta herättävä. Ja meidän pitää myöskin bändissä kunnioittaa tätä päätöstä, mutta samaan aikaan se kyllä tekee minut ihan pohjattoman surulliseksi. Nämä viime päivät on tuntunut siltä, että näkee pahaa unta ja toivoo vaan heräävänsä Heräävänsä, mutta näin se nyt vaan meni. Ja mä oon erittäin optimistinen myöskin sen suhteen, että jossain vaiheessa tulevaisuutta, puhutaan nyt sitten kuukausista tai vuosista, niin Jukka selättää tämän koettelemuksen ja palaa bändiin takaisin.
The first priority right now is to become healthy again and not to try and push myself to do this even though I know that I can't. So to acknowledge that and to tell us, I'm sorry, but I can't, and I will focus on getting healthy, I think is a very brave decision, and I fully support that. And I really hope that the coming time will help him to get his health back and back on his feet and the old, almost Superman Jukka that he can be, and we'll wait for him. I can't wait.
Ei tämä kuitenkaan saisi niin vakavaa olla, että riskeeraisi omaa terveytensä. Ja odotellaan ja toivotaan parasta. Oma veikkaus, että kohta se on taas kapuloitten varassa.
Tähän liittyy vielä kuitenkin niin kuin paljon muutakin pelkästään niin kuin bändisoittajat. Siinä on ympärillä on firma, on kaikkea mahdollista. Eli niin kuin sitä aseveljeyttä, sitä kunnioitetaan ja arvostetaan niin pitkälle kuin sitä voidaan. Niin paljon kuin me voidaan antaa Hemmolle vielä niin kuin mahdollisuuksia olla mukana ja muuta tälleen näin, niin totta kai niin tehdään.
Jään hoitamaan, niin kuin on tähänkin hoitanut taustalla yhtyeen asioita, että siellä riittää kyllä tekemistä on riittänyt tahasti ja riittää tulevaisuudessakin. Mutta se tärkein, rakkain on nyt toistaiseksi ainakin poissa kuvioista. Hyvä ystävä Kai Hahto, jonka porukka tuntee varmasti Winter Sunista, Swallow the Sunista, mitä muuta bändiä onkaan. Aivan loistava rumpali totta kai ensinnäkin, mutta mikä sitten hienota, niin mahtava persoona. Ja niin kuin sanottu, hyvä ystävä. Ja Kaitsu onneksi heti kun asiasta hänelle ilmoitettiin ja sanottiin, että nyt olisi tarvetta palveluksille, niin ei epäröinyt hetkeäkään hypätä puikkoihin. Ja Kaitsu tulee nyt nauhoittaa rummut.
Joo, eli 3 viikkoa sitten Jukka soitti mulle puhelimella, että olisi tämmöinen ongelma, että tarvitsisi apua tämän uuden levyn kanssa. Ja tosiaan niin kuin, nyt ollaan täällä. Eli tietenkin tunnen kaverit entuudesta ja ollut parilla edellisellä levyllä mukana rumputeknikkona, mutta nyt sitten ollaan auttamassa ihan niin kuin isommalla kädellä. Tietenkin Jukka on mulle hyvin läheinen, että se on niin kuin hyvä ystävä, että se on niin kuin, haluan tehdä mahdollisimman hyvää jälkeä tietenkin myös niin kuin Jukankin takia, koska Jukka joutui nyt jäämään sivuun tästä hommasta ja se on varmasti aika rankkaa sille kuitenkin niin kuin sanoo jätkille, että nyt ei pysty nimenomaan toimimaan tällä hetkellä. Eli tää on itsellekin aika epätodellinen fiilis, että on nyt sitten täällä treenaamassa jätkien kanssa.
Päätöstä ei tehty hepposin perustein. Tämä ei ole mikään, että nyt kerran sattui käymään näin, että jostain tietystä syystä johtuen unottomuus on seuraksi tullut, vaan sitä on jatkunut jo vuosia ja sitä on yritetty ja hoitaa, jos minkämoisin keinoina saada hallintaa. Tietysti ihmeitä tapahtuu, ehkä jossain vaiheessa keksitään, tai ehkä löytyy syy, minkä takia unettomuus on vaivannut ja jos näin käy, niin on kyllä juoksujaloin palaamassa tonne minne sydän kuuluu. Mutta katsotaan. Siis, niin kuin sanottu, ihmeellisiä asioita tapahtuu. Toivotaan parasta, pitää spirittiä yllä.
Wow. And to know that he has just stayed as their manager and Kai has taken on full time as their drummer. What a switch.
It's really interesting to know that Yuka was going through all of that for so long. Because he, as Floor was saying, he's Superman Yuka and just kept pushing and kept going. And that is a lot of that happens with mental health, where the people who seem the strongest and push the hardest are usually the ones that
are going through some of the hardest struggles
through the hardest struggles.
Yeah.
So as Yuka was saying, he's been suffering from insomnia, but not just like, oh, I can't sleep, but like crippling insomnia for years, and he had tried imaginable ways to cure it, and it's finally, he's like, guys, I can't do this anymore, I'm so sorry. Like,
and you have the courage to say that after all the
courage to
years.
say it. And everyone in the band, their brother in arms were like, hey dude, go take care of yourself, like, we got you, it's not selfish, don't worry about it. Like, some of that wording, the reason, like, stuck out to me, because I know with my own friends group, a lot of those things are the way you feel when you're telling your friends, like, hey, I can't do this, I feel like this is selfish. No, it's not selfish. No, you're doing what you can. Take care of your health. This isn't worth your health. Like,
yeah, take the stress leave when you need it. Take the stress leave
when you need it.
Take your mental
breaks. And that
breaks.
was so cool for me to see.
Yeah.
How supportive everyone was. Like, I thought
the unselfishness that he said was not the word I thought he was going to use either, which was amazing for him to say that.
And so that stuck out to me, because that also told me of how much they had talked about this behind the scenes as like a loving family and support system for their brother in arms.
It wasn't just catching them off guard completely, right? Even though it always is when it happens.
And even Kai said, he called me 3 weeks ago. Like, this was something that they had discussed as a family. They had discussed as a community. So that was really cool for me to see. I am happy that he's still on board with them, and that he has been their manager. I hope to get some information, hopefully from you guys or from other sources, to let us know how he's doing and how he's been handling his insomnia, and how he's still getting on with everyone, because I'm really curious to know.
Yeah, if he's loving his role, if he's strumming anywhere, if his insomnia is gone, anything. We'd love to know that. Yuka's one of our favorites. It's definitely one of my favorites. His spirit and his energy when he plays, I love it so much.
Listening to Empu, I thought he was going to cry when he was talking about Yuka, because you could see that emotion with Empu, and Empu's very outgoing, which also tells me that he's very emotional.
Yes, he is. You can see.
So when he was talking about Yuka taking that time and not his health being more important, I thought Empu was about to cry, and I was like, Empu.
So Chris, thank you for letting us know to look at that. That really did help give us more context. Now we know for episode 6 why Kai's going to be there. They probably allude to that probably in the episode. We'll find out. Stick with us. All right, episode 6. New hometown.
Recording the new album has kept the band busy for the whole summer, but one of them still found time to move. Vocalist Floor Jansen hauled her belongings from the Netherlands to eastern Finland.
And now for a couple of weeks I've been living here in Joensuu. Been full-time in Finland, enjoying the Finnish summer, which has been extraordinarily warm and light, of course. Normal for Finnish people that the light is always there also in the night, but for me it was new, and so far I've been loving it.
Good.
Now, Finns are often considered a bit quiet and shy, but is this fact or fiction?
I think people are a little more inward, not very easily to accept, let you in. And but once they do, you get close to a person for real. That I've noticed, and here in Joensuu and the area, people are very helpful. Coming here as a foreigner, not knowing my way yet, and I can ask anyone. Even if they don't know, they'll try to help you, or super friendly.
Hei, puhutko sinä englantia?
Yes.
I am trying to find my way to Prisma, the big store.
Yeah, you can go straight through and to the bridge.
Yeah?
And just keep going that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should find it.
All right. Kiitos paljon.
Yes, very nice people.
I found Prisma.
It works.
I don't know if you can see how huge this place is. Oh, there's line row 105, 106.
Oh!
The good thing is, they put signs up above every row so you can see what's in there. And for our convenience, they translated it. But it's in Russian. So you can choose which language you can't understand in my case.
Finish your Russian.
My Finnish is... I'm sounding like a 3-year-old
Nice.
at my best. It's super hard to really have a conversation, unfortunately. I know a lot of words, so and so reading signs and stuff is becoming better, or going to a supermarket but some specific words, of course, you don't get in your first year. Plus, the grammar structure of the language is so complicated that you really have to know a lot to really make a normal sentence without making mistakes. And when you used to be able to express yourself as an adult in your own language, or as I can do in English, for instance, it's sometimes hard to switch back to very simple talking like I'm forced to do in Finnish. So a real conversation, when I really want to tell something, I can't do it in Finnish. But basic things here and there, yes, and I'm starting to understand better. Also here now in Pohjois-Karjala, this county in the northeast of Finland, where the accent's different from, instance, in Helsinki, or what people might not know is that there is a difference between spoken Finnish and official Finnish. So the things that I learn, what's in my book, no one uses that. So, okay, how does spoken Finnish sound like, and how does it sound?
Literally French.
Yeah, a lot of languages, I'm sure.
So I just had to I related to that so hard, so much, because our second language is French.
Yes.
But the French we learn is Quebecois. It's not like real French.
Yeah.
And then what we learn out of our book isn't even used. Isn't even used.
Pointless.
It's pointless. So I'm sitting there trying to speak French. I'm like,
doesn't help anywhere.
and everyone's just speak English. I'm like, I'm sorry. We don't want your Canadian French. Get out of here.
Gee.
Oh my God. Sorry, I just
in this area is that. So, okay, how does spoken Finnish sound like, and how does it sound in this area, and what is the difference? And you can only really get a hint of that when you start to know the language a bit better, and it's nice to notice that is something that I now notice a bit better.
But do you understand what the guys say?
Yes, but it depends on how thick their accent is and how fast they speak.
There is one question that surely interests the fans. Is the Dutch woman already turning Finnish?
I love it.
Sauna!
Yeah, I have minun oma sauna. My own sauna, which was one of the things high on my bucket list for this country. Also love it, and is not completely unfamiliar since we have a Dutch version of it that we call drop. And I like both the candy as the ice cream, as the booze.
I don't know that brand.
Booze. Very nice.
And that is a fact. Without hot sauna and cold beer, life is more boring, and Finnish grammar more difficult.
Seuraavassa, but I'm making it weird now. Seuraavassa jaksossa.
In the next episode.
I like it.
First impression is that this is going to be a really good album. It's I've heard it for years with After Forever, but this is a new step. The songs aren't even finished yet, but you can just hear it, how they're going to turn out. In my head, you can hear the choirs, the strings, the uilleann pipes, all the things that will be added. It's early, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of the albums, if not the album 2015.
Wow. That gets you hyped, doesn't it, y'all? Okay, everyone, that was episode 6. And for those of y'all, I don't speak any different language, so I can't really connect to what she's saying there because I just suck at learning any language. I only know English. I'm Canadian. I'm sorry. If you guys know multiple language, please let us know. And what was the hardest language that you had to learn? Do you know any other language as well?
I took French for 10 and a half, almost 11 years. And I can't speak any of it unless I am forced to. However, I can read French. And I sit there reading the box and like, why is this so difficult for me to understand before I realize that I'm reading the French side of the box and then flip the box over to the English side of the box.
Right. I know a little Japanese, y'all, but that's about it. But for the actual album, we're very glad that we were told that Yuka left and to go check out that video. We didn't realize it was going to be on right after, so we're going to skip that part for the documentary for our next reactions. So episode 7 is next. We're very excited for that. If you're excited for that, please let us know in the comments down below. Like this video. Support us any way you can. We appreciate you all, Nightwish Army.
Thank you so much, Nightwish Army. I can't wait to see you again on our next reaction video for making the album.
Okay, y'all.
Bye now.
Peace and love.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.